My sweet girl. Yeah? You my sweet girl? Yeah. Hey folks, welcome back to the Rocking C Homestead. My name is Lance. I want to welcome you to our channel. Tonight we're in the kitchen and I'm making dinner. I was able to go to the farmer's market today and get some fresh goat cheese. And if you guys have never ate goat cheese, it's fantastic. Some say fabulous. I don't know. It's pretty darn good. But we like to make it a certain way, and I figured I'd show you guys, number one, how to use some of those fresh herbs. So if you haven't caught some of our fresh herb videos that's been coming out this week, there'll be some iCards over here, and at the very end of the video, there'll be a playlist, and they'll definitely be in there. So check them out. But first of all of what we did is we went out to the garden, and we got some fresh basil and some fresh sage. And I went into the refrigerator and got some of our garlic chives that we had stored in there. And if you haven't seen that video, you'll see how we did those. And other than that, and some olive oil, other than the goat cheese, that's all we're going to put into this. So let me show you how to mix it up. All right, so the goat cheese is just wrapped up in some plastic cellophane, some saran wrap kind of stuff. And you look at it, it's just a big, just very flaky. That's okay. So we're going to set this aside just for now. And we're going to take our fresh basil, and I'm going to chop it up as finely as I can, because I want to get this very incorporated into all of the cheese. Then I'm going to take some of the fresh sage, and I'm just taking it off to the stem. I guess if you wanted to, you could use the stems. I'm sure they're edible, but we like to do it without the stems. And we don't have any of the huge leaves because we harvested all of those recently. So I had to get a lot of the little small ones. Again, these are pretty flavorful, so you don't need a ton. But I like to just try to get them as chopped up as I can. And then I'm just going to mix it all together. I really don't need them separated. Then I'm going to get our little garlic chives out. And I'm going to take about that many of them, about half. I'm just going to roll this back up, stick it back in the fridge, and we'll have it for another meal. All right, so I got all the herbs chopped up. Again, that was sage, that was basil, and it was garlic chives. And then we're just going to sprinkle it onto this, onto the goat cheese. And then we're going to mix it up real good here. Okay. Then another item we use is just extra virgin olive oil. Now, one thing I do is I don't really use a recipe. I just kind of go by kind of feel and look and texture. And then I just take a fork so I can kind of squish it around and get it real mixed up. So while we're in here, while I'm mixing this up and getting this prepared, let's go talk about the goats out there. This is one of the reasons why we want goats, is to be able to have this fresh at our own, to have it the Rocking C Homestead goat cheese. So let's go out there and look at them, talk to them while I'm getting this thing fixed up for you. Yeah, you want to come over here? Come here. Come here. You know you want up. You know you want up. You my sweet girl. Yeah. So, for those that don't know, if you're new to our channel, so we started off with 2 Nigerian dwarf goats, these little babies right here. This is Marty, this is Maisie, brother and sister. He's a weathered, so in the vernacular of like a dog, he's been neutered. And so he's here with the ladies. We have 2 other ladies over there, Caramel and Spice. Caramel's the dark, Spice is the one that has a little bit of mixture in her. And those are a little bit 2 older ladies. I think they're 5 years old. Marty and Maisie are just over 1. And we've had these guys for probably about 1.5 years now. But we're hoping that Maisie, and the other 2 girls have been pregnated, that are pregnant. And the boys are way down on the other side of our property. We try to keep the boys separated. And hopefully come, chicken's got something to say. But hopefully come the end of November, we'll have little babies. But we're working on getting a vet to come out and hopefully do a blood test, if nothing else. But we're hoping they can do like an ultrasound. So we'll see. I was talking to the person that actually bought the goat cheese from today, getting the name of their vet. It's a person out of a town nearby, and possibly get hooked up with that person, and they can give us some good advice, because that person that we buy the goat cheese from, they have about, right now I think they're down to 30 goats, which is down quite a bit from where they're normally at. They're usually about 450 of them, so they know goats. But you know, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get more goats, is so we can have some of that goat cheese and we can make that goat's milk and be more sustainable here on our homestead. Sweet Maisie, you got a little baby in there? Yeah, kind of look like you little round. Yeah. No, I haven't been feeding you that much. Oh yeah, okay. Well guys, I guess we better go in there and finish up and get some dinner ate. All right, so as you can see, I kind of almost whipped it up where it's a little bit creamy. I had to add a little bit more olive oil, and I did add some salt, but that's something, you know, how much olive oil and how much salt, it's really up to you what your taste is. And I'm just going to put it on this plate, make it all pretty looking. And to make this into a meal, we're going to get to the second part. All right, so I got some tomatoes washed. Right now we have a ton of these little cherry tomatoes, which we love. One of the reasons why we grew them this year is because we wanted it for goat cheese. And so what I like to do is just try to trim them in little slices, probably about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, something like that. And that is perfect cracker size. Oh, perfect cracker size. Well, one thing you do have to have is a sharp knife for this, so be careful. And we're going to cut through all these and bring out the crackers, and we'll show you how we plate this up and have an awesome, cool summer meal. So we got all of the tomatoes cut up that we're going to use. We got plenty more if we need them, and if we don't eat them, we'll save them and eat them tomorrow. My hand's cleaned up here. Don't those tomatoes look awesome? And the one thing that brings all of this together, they're probably not healthy for us. They're not organic, but these are fantastic. They're the Cheez-Its Grooves Sharp White Cheddar. And these are awesome when it comes with this meal combination. So just put some on the plate. And then all that we do, I'm going to use this big knife, is we just put a little bit of the goat cheese on a cracker, just like that. Take a tomato and pop that baby in, and it is delish. Oh, wow, they're so good. Well, Mars and I are about to sit down and have dinner. Hopefully you guys learn what to do with goat cheese. Like I said, if you have a farm or maybe a market in your area, a farmer's market or something where you can get some goat cheese, now you at least have one recipe on what you can do with it. I've seen this made with dill, with some other herb combinations. I've had people just eat it straight, or I've seen people eat it straight. So this is how we like to do it. We've done this for about a year now, and it's one of the things that we are really looking forward to of hopefully those little ladies are pregnant and we're gonna have little baby goats. Not to mention how cute the little baby goats are, but hopefully we'll have some cheese coming in the winter, and so we can have some of these awesome little snacks like this come next year. So folks, thanks for coming back, watching our video. If you made it this far, we really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, there'll be a link right down here. Subscribe, ring that bell, give us some thumbs up, leave some comments. What are some of your favorite ways to eat goat cheese? We'd love to know, to spice it up for us. We'd appreciate that. But again, thanks for coming back. From our homestead to yours, have a great evening, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye.